the heart of America, the heart of Illinois is the heart of a volunteer, and we're with a great organization that has put together Hope Manor. It's one of the great virtues, hope and faith and love, and I think all of us need to band together behind those three important virtues and offer hope to a lot of people across Illinois. And these laws that we're signing today, one of them deals with taking on mortgage fraud and making sure we have strong regulation. Manny Flores is going to be speaking about that. He's one of our regulators in Illinois. I'm very grateful for his excellent work, and we want to be out there making sure there are no individuals engaged in monkey business taking advantage of people. And we also understand that investing in housing is very, very important, and we mean everyone in and no one left out. Supportive housing is a very important priority of mine, and I think of the people of Illinois. We have to make sure that we invest in all forms of housing. As was mentioned by Nancy, we have many of our veterans returning. They come home to Illinois. They've served our country. They've defended our democracy. When they come home, they're entitled to an opportunity to have housing and shelter that provides for their needs. If there are disabilities that we need to attend to, we want to do it in a proper setting, in a proper place, and that's what supportive housing is all about. It's about independence, not only for our veterans, but for all of those with disabilities. We want to make sure that they have a fulfilling life, a life that gives them as much choice and independence as possible, and housing is extremely important. It's very, very important that we provide those opportunities, and this great institution here is doing exactly that.
We stand together to support our veterans and homeowners. So today represents the state taking a step toward a transparent and accountable process for licensing and regulating lenders who have too much power in this economy. The bill that we're here to sign today, House Bill 4521, exercises vigilant oversight in the areas of loan modifications and short sales, which will be particularly beneficial as we work to slow the rate of foreclosure and protect distressed homeowners from financial exploitation. Basically, House Bill 4521 clarifies that the Department of Financial and Professional Regulation has regulatory authority over individuals engaged in loan modification. It also says that mortgage servicers will be responsible for actions taken by third parties. We all read the horror story about the robo-signing. So hopefully that initiative and that requirement in the bill will prevent any more of that erroneous and very detrimental activity with mortgage servicers. And it also has fines. It increases the fines for mortgage fraud violations from $25,000 to $75,000. So we must have a strong mechanism for enforcing the laws that protect borrowers and homeowners. Recent history has taught us that some lenders will take advantage of lax regulation. The results can devastate individuals, families, and communities. I'm proud of the continued progress the governor and the state of Illinois is achieving in the areas of housing and consumer finance as we work for justice in these very trying times. Thank you.
I'm really, really excited to be here today, actually. I was here in May when this building was opened, and I want to thank Nancy and her board, who is so supportive, for hosting us today. It's great to come back and actually see 80 vets. They're fully occupied, and the building humming, because it's just such a great example, I think, of what we're trying to accomplish. So I'm very happy, and thank you to Nancy. So I'm also very excited to be here with the governor as he signs House Bill 5450, which is going to allow us for the first time in Illinois to target rental assistance to people with disabilities, which really are the people that need it most. So it's going to allow us not just to build new housing, but to provide rental assistance to people that can't afford to live independently. So it's a very important component of the work that we do, and we're very excited to be here. Everyone here, I think, knows the huge need for additional supportive housing in our states. Too many of our citizens have been forced to live in institutional settings because of a lack of affordable supportive housing within their communities. And I'm proud to work for a governor who has made the creation of supportive housing in Illinois a key priority of his administration. Since Governor Quinn took office, my office has created over 1,300 units of supportive housing for people with disabilities. And this year, yeah, it's a big number. And it's a really big number when you look at historically what we've provided. So Governor Quinn has really focused, I think, the efforts of my agency and a lot of agencies within the state to coordinate and work together on this issue. This year, we're on track to create an additional 450 units, which is a 40% increase over our prior average years. So it's a big deal. And I think that in addition to the bill signing today, we're actually going to put that bill to work because today IDA is announcing two very important funding rounds. The first is a $10 million request for applications from developers to use and target the supportive housing bill that's being signed today for rental assistance for people with disabilities. And we expect our funding today that's being announced and is actually going to be posted, and we'll be accepting applications starting later this afternoon, to help 150 families within our community for people with disabilities over a period of 15 years. So that's 150 additional families that are going to be served almost immediately by the result of Governor Quinn signing this bill this afternoon. In addition to that, we're announcing a $40 million request for applications for capital funding to construct new units of supportive housing in Illinois. So we'll be accepting those applications as well, with the deadline to be mid-September, and we hope to start construction of those new units by the end of the year, if possible. So we're very excited, excited for the bill signing today, and also excited to announce some new funding. That's over $50 million that the state is committing today to the construction and provision of affordable supportive housing in Illinois. So I just also want to just note again that this is the first time really, Governor Quinn is the first governor in Illinois' history to commit capital funding directly to the production of supportive housing in Illinois, and that's a really significant thing. It's very difficult. I've worked in housing for almost 15 years, and it's very difficult to reach these communities. So without the support of the state, my agency would not be able to do that. So it really is a result of his support and leadership, both in spearheading this change in the legislation and the announcing of this funding that has been made available through the state. And I also want to thank the representatives that are here today who have been great supporters and worked in Springfield to help us get this legislation passed. And additionally, I know the governor recognized a lot of people, but I stand up with the governor and thank everybody. But really, it's the work of my staff. There's a bunch of people here that work non-stop on issues related to supportive housing. Cammie Freeman, Shar Flickinger, who worked on this bill, Sam Mordka. These are folks that really spend almost all of their time focusing on this issue back at the office and made these applications and requests today possible, so I want to thank them. And I also finally want to just recognize Bill Malaris, who's a member of my board, who really challenges us on every day to think creatively about how we can better target our resources towards the people who need it most. So I just wanted to thank them. Thank you.